Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Acid Wash Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Marika, and this is my lovely co-host, Sydney.
Hello.
Together, we make up the bisexual supporting cast, and today is a very important day because we are officially celebrating 1 year of our podcast.
Woohoo!
It may not look it from the amount of episodes we have.
Listen. I mean, like, yes, listen, but, like, also listen.
Please listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Not Google.
Stop.
But I'm kidding. Really, we should pick a bone. What? Have a bone to pick?
We have a bone to pick, yeah.
With iTunes, because they've dropped episode, I don't remember if it's like 3 or 4,
Oh.
but I can't get it to come back, and I should just contact them about
Petition
it.
Apple,
But
everyone.
it's one of our most like listened to episodes too, because
yeah.
I think it's about like high Q shipping or something like that. And yeah, for some reason it's just not showing up on Apple, but that's a whole separate thing. And we haven't even had time to film the podcast. You think I've had time to go contact iTunes and try to get a random episode of ours back up? No. But anyway, yeah, podcasting sometimes takes a backseat priority when we're not actually making money off of this or doing this for a living. So our episodes have occasionally been few and far between. Hopefully this is the start of getting back on track for our once every other week posting schedule. But that was a little tangent there to say that this is officially a 1 year anniversary of our podcast, and we thought we would visit our first official episode, which was our top 10 anime, and in 1 year kind of revisit and say, what is our top 10 anime now? If I had been better prepared, I would have looked up what our old top 10 was.
I have mine on my phone because I used the same note.
Right.
But I thought about listening to the first episode, but then I played Genshin Impact instead.
Yes.
So I did not do that.
The amount of anime that we have been consuming the past couple months has drastically decreased.
Significantly.
Yeah, significantly decreased because we have both gotten into Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
And it's been taking over our lives.
Yeah, we know we're late to the game, like literally late to the game.
Yes.
But it is what it is. We're here now.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm never on time to games. I got into Breath of the Wild
Right.
like 2 years after. I got into Hades like over a year after. Now we're on Genshin Impact.
Yeah, I was technically really early on Genshin Impact. I created my account very shortly after it launched in the US. And then I had it downloaded to mobile, which is fine, but I'm just not the person that mobile games a lot anyway. Like I downloaded the My Hero one a couple months ago, which it's actually like kind of fun. It's like a legitimate game, but it's just like something about running games that aren't just basic puzzle mobile phone games on the mobile. It isn't my jam.
Yeah.
So I never really got into it. Like I barely even scratched the story of it, and I didn't play it for a long time, and I didn't even know what grasped me and reignited my desire to play this game again. But a couple months ago I was like, I should check out Genshin Impact. I have a PS4. It's available on the PS4 now. Let's try it. And then wow, has it just been a giant time suck for us.
Yeah. Literally almost all my free time. Anyway, that's not what this podcast is about.
I know.
Catch us starting a Genshin Impact podcast.
Well, I did kind of want to talk about it as one of our future podcast topics because it's like anime adjacent.
I mean, according to the convention we went to, it's very very much anime.
Yeah. So anyway, I should have gotten our top lists together so we could compare at the end, but I didn't do that, so oh well.
All right.
I know for a fact, maybe this is spoiler territory.
Ooh.
Never mind. I'll save it for later.
Okay.
I was going to say I know where part of my list has remained unchanged, but in other ways it has changed. So to start us off with, I need to give a shout out to my number 11.
Your number 11.
My number 11.
What has fallen?
It's Bleach. I know.
Oh my god.
I know.
Seriously? Enough added to your list that Bleach fell off? Wasn't Bleach like your 6th or something on the list?
Maybe it was 6. I don't remember. But yeah,
Wow.
I know.
The first anime we ever watched together.
I know.
You love it so much.
I love the characters so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the 1,000-Year Blood War arc getting animated in the fall will reinvigorate my love for it, and it'll make its way back on.
Yeah.
But
catch us in another year for another review of our top 10.
See us at the end of next year, May 2023, to see if Bleach has broken back into the ranks of my top 10. But yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, oh my god, Bleach is number 11. And then I just like felt like, wow. It is kind of hard to balance. And I know we've had these talks before sometimes, like where your personal feelings about an anime rank with or affect your ranking with like how good the anime is.
Yeah.
Just from a quality perspective. And sometimes personal feelings win out and sometimes quality wins out, and it's kind of a shuffle. And I think the further and further away we get from having watched Bleach, it's harder for my personal affections about the characters to keep pulling it along, because it's always had some pacing issues and story issues that I've always been aware of. But, you know, when I was watching it and I was in the thick of it, like the characters are so good, and just I don't have that gripping emotional connection to them right now because...
Yeah. And I mean, we did rewatch some episodes recently.
Yeah, we did, but not very many.
No.
And also, it wasn't necessarily in the prime of Bleach that we were watching those episodes.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I just wanted to start that off.
Wow.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. The big three are no longer three big. Actually, funnily enough, about the big three, I started watching One Piece a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I now have some of the all of the big three under my belt.
Nice.
And
Need to get you on Inuyasha.
that's not part of the big three.
Yeah, but like to me, it's like up there.
I don't think I'd like Inuyasha.
I don't really think you would
I feel
either.
like Inuyasha would be very similar. My emotions towards it would be similar as they are towards One Piece, which is just like, it's fine. Anyway,
Yeah.
Number 10.
Mm-hmm.
My number 10 is a new addition to the list because I had not seen it last year when we made our list. And it is Fruits Basket.
Yay! It made it on your list.
It made it. Just barely, but
so
it made
surprised.
it. It made it, and it beat out Bleach.
Oh my goodness. That makes me so happy.
Yeah. This is my character development arc from last year.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so tell me about your feelings about Fruits Basket.
I just really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I really thought that the love triangle was going to bog me down, which is why I didn't want to watch it for so long. Mm-hmm. And I just had this knowledge that I wasn't really going to like the main relationship, which I wasn't wrong about. I mean, it did play out differently than I expected it to, and I was more on board with it than I thought I would be, but you know, I'm a Yuki girl at heart, so...
But he got a good ending. You really liked his ending.
I did really like his ending. I really did hate that they tried to make him and Toru's like past relationship be like, this is just like a mom thing.
Yeah. I guess spoiler warning for any shows that we talk about.
Yeah, this is just not a spoiler free
this
episode at all. So
really our show tends to not be spoiler free.
We're pretty bad about giving spoiler warnings.
Yeah.
We try though.
Anyway.
But anyway, I really don't like that. But I mean, there are a lot of, we talked more kind of about Fruits Basket and not, but I just found myself really enjoying the characters and really, I guess, just enjoying myself watching it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yay!
Number 10, Fruits Basket.
That makes me so happy. I'm so surprised. All right. My number 10 is Toradora.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it moved down. It was my number 8. And so, yeah, so Toradora... I had seen it previously years and years ago, and then Marika and you and I rewatched it. I rewatched it. You watched it for the first time last year, and I just love it. Mm-hmm. I just love it. I think it's so cute. I love the main relationship. I really like the animation and the character design, and I just think they're all so sweet, and I just love it. I love it very much.
Number 9.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go first for number 9?
Yeah, sure. I can go first.
Or do you want me to always
I feel like we should go one after the other rather than alternate on each.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm always
just
consistently
consistently.
mine first.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 9. My Hero Academia.
Wow. That's pretty low.
I guess. I don't really remember where it was last year, to be quite honest.
I don't remember either. I think I remember Bleach being in your like lower half because I remember being surprised it wasn't higher. That's the only reason I remembered.
Yeah.
Roughly where Bleach was.
I don't know. My Hero is like the prime example of the like my personal feelings versus the quality thing, because to a certain extent, when I look at my list, because I rank all the animes that I watch, when I look at it, part of me feels like My Hero should be higher just because it is, besides Haikyuu, the fandom I'm most likely to interact with in line and be a part of fan culture around, and, you know, look at fan art for, blah, 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 read fanfic for, etc. And to some extent, my enjoyment of it, because of the fandom around it, is increased. But then when you put it like head to head with some of the other animes on my list that rank higher, it's just like I can't justify putting it higher, even though to a certain extent I am more deeply invested in it than other works. But yeah, My Hero Academia, number 9.
Yeah. So my number 9, also My Hero Academia.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Twinsies.
and in my notes for it, I put one of the fandoms I interact with most online. And that's like part of it's like so big. Like it's a really big fandom online. So it's really easy to find fan art, and like I follow like fan artists, and like I don't tend to read a lot of fan fiction for it. Like at least on AO3, like sometimes you'll retweet like Twitter threads or something that I'll read, but I don't tend to read a lot for it, but I do see a lot of it and I enjoy content, and I like watch like a lot of TikToks and stuff, whatever. But yeah, like I also put in my notes that I feel like I need to watch it again. Because like it's been a little while since we've had new content for it. Besides like the movie, which I love Rhodey so much. Did you know what I was about to say?
Yeah, I did. I was like, this bitch is about to go off on her Rhodey Deku agenda.
Anyway, yeah, so that's great. That greatly increased my enjoyment of My Hero Academia. I'm kidding, kind of. But yeah, so yeah, My Hero is a weird
Wait, you didn't finish your thought. You feel like you need to rewatch it.
Oh yeah, I feel like I need to rewatch it because like it's been a while since we've had new content, and I feel like when we don't have new content, I just naturally gravitate away from shows and stuff. And so like if I just recently watched something that like really got me excited, then I automatically have like brighter feelings towards the new shiny thing rather than something else.
Right. I feel like it's also easier. Sorry, this is kind of a non sequitur-ish, but you mentioned it earlier. It is easier to maintain excitement and maybe have an inflated sense of the, I guess, what am I trying to say? Let me rephrase it. Like, how much do you really love something, and how much is that something just really popular, and so the scope of it makes it easy to love that thing.
Yeah.
Not saying that like My Hero is bad, or like we're all faking liking it or something like that, but like is its popularity and the ease of like access in terms of that fandom culture making it easier to be a bigger fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely. I thought that kind of with Harry Potter growing up, because I was like so into Harry Potter, and I was like, am I so into it because it is like one of my favorite books, or am I so into it because like the world is into it and I like it, and so that makes it easier to like kind of you know, interact with that. I feel like I didn't phrase that the best I could, but
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like My Hero in particular like comes across with that a little bit.
I think something else with My Hero is that like to me, I'm not as engaged in the story. And I really like the characters and the world and the quirks and everything, but some of the story like it is just isn't as engaging to me. And so I think that is one of the aspects that's lacking for me in terms of it being higher on my list or something.
Yeah, I think for me mostly everything else that's higher, it's almost like My Hero isn't low because of its fault, it's low because of other animes.
Yes.
Strengths.
Yeah, so those two are in the same order for me from my last list.
All right, so now we're going number 8. My number 8, Bungo Stray Dogs.
Oh, hello.
Another new one.
Hello, new show.
We're technically not even finished with it. We're in the last season of it. Well, we're right before the movie.
We're at a movie, yeah.
And we just haven't had, we're probably not going to watch it tonight either. But I I'm enjoying it so much. It was one that I wanted to see because I knew that it was pretty hype, but I didn't really have like the personal desire to see it. It's like I want to see it because I want to know what everyone is talking about, but I don't really care. And then also I didn't know what it was about at all. I knew the name, I knew Dazai, and that was it.
Yeah. And we heard the English dub was good.
No,
was that a different show?
Yeah, I thought it was Bungo Stray Dogs. And then when we started, because whatever show that I'm thinking of is set in, like, I'm pretty sure it's set in the US or the 1920s or both. Anyway, regardless, neither of those applied to Bungo Stray Dogs. And I was like, this is definitely not the dub that I think that I was hearing was good. Which, the dub is great.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying it. We are watching it
in
in dub, and I'm really enjoying the dub. But it's definitely not what I thought it was. Wait. I thought it had a good dub because I thought I had heard that it had a good dub. But the anime that I was remembering people talking about having a good dub did not turn out to be Bungo Stray Dogs. But regardless, it still has a good dub. But anyway, regardless of that, I am just really enjoying it. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm very much, I mean, like, knock on wood, but my favorite character is Atsushi. It's the main character.
The main character.
Whoa. This
main character moment.
Main character moment. I'm really liking him.
Yeah.
Even though, like, low-key, Dazai's whole arc kind of made him a main character.
Oh, yeah.
For that. Like, I was like, it doesn't really Atsushi's not in here at all. Yeah, again, characters that I really like. An engaging story. For the most part, I'm following, like, the magic system and the political system. Like, I understand what's going on.
Yeah, that's a really big plus in, like, honestly any show.
So, yeah, despite the fact that we have, like, probably about a season left, I'm still really engaged and really liking it. And it has earned my number, what was it? 8? Number 8 spot.
Nice.
All right, what about you? What's your number 8?
All right, my number 8 is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So this moved down not just because of new additions to the list, but also because I shifted some things above it. Because you and I watched it in the past year. And so that was me rewatching it.
Damn, you're really passionate about this.
Just drop my phone.
Side note though, so I have, not sponsored, but I have a Casetify case on my phone. I might have told you about this, but I don't remember. But I was at work the other day, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, like, she was like, have you ever dropped your phone?" And I was like, have I ever dropped my phone like twice a day? And she was like, do you like the case? Because she was asking about it. She wanted to buy one, but they're kind of expensive. And I was like, honestly, it's funny that you're asking me about this, because I've literally been thinking, because I've been dropping my phone kind of more than usual recently, and like I've been dropping it hard, and I don't have a screen protector on my phone right now, and it's literally just been in the back of my mind, like, damn, this case is really doing its job, because I've dropped it really hard at different angles on a hard ground, and my phone is still functional and working, and I've been so impressed. And then one of my coworkers was like, do you drop your phone? How do you like the case? And I'm like, bitch, let me tell you. Let me just become an unofficial sponsor or unofficial spokesperson of Casetify right now. Anyway,
nice.
Continue on.
Yeah. So we watched it in the past year.
Yes.
And that was me rewatching it and you watching for the first time. And that was me rewatching it for the first time in like several years.
Right.
And so part of putting Full Metal up higher in last year's ranking was just because like I was like, I know it's good. I know it's really fucking good. And so like I think I placed it higher than a couple others because I felt like it needed to, like I felt like it deserved to be higher, because it is a really good anime. So many people tout it as their number one or like the best ever or anything, and like it's really good. Like I'm not like, I really like it, but I just kind of had to be honest with myself and like ask myself like which would I rather like rewatch or like what makes me the happiest to watch. And that had to go to a couple other shows. So I moved Full Metal down, but it is still really good and still
It is
in my
really
top
solid.
10.
It is one. It's like it's in my mind. It is My Hero Academia's foil. No, not foil. Wait. Is foil when they're the same or when they're the opposite?
Opposite.
They're opposite. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is My Hero Academia's foil for me because it is one where like the story is so solid and I was really engaged with the story and I wanted to know what happened and it's like airtight, but I don't have like the personal connection with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Which is strange. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was expecting you to connect more with the characters because that's usually your MO,
Right.
is connecting with characters. And then some of the story can get confusing, like with the different, like the alchemy and some like different types of alchemy and like the whole like magic and this and that and the universe and the truth and whatever. Like that can get kind of like bogged down, and like that was something on my rewatches. I was like, I'm going to pay very close attention to the mythology to see if like I just don't get it because I'm an idiot or if it's not explained well. And I think it's maybe a bit of both. But
right. Yeah, for some reason, some shows with or books or whatever stories with magic systems, if something is convoluted or not explained well, or they didn't really fully plan it out and it's not fully making sense within their rules of magic, sometimes that is like a really frustrating experience, or like you're like, why is this like da da da, I don't understand. And sometimes it's just fine, you're just like, whatever, it's magic, it doesn't matter if it makes sense. And for some reason, even though I do agree that there are moments where like the magic is kind of like, this doesn't make sense, I just kind of like accepted it. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, that would be
the universe, the I.
Yeah, that would be an interesting thing to look at, is when is vagueness in a magic system like acceptable, and when like, to what degree is it like debilitating?
Right. Well, there is two, and I don't really want to get into it because I don't know super well, but I know the fantasy genre has two terms for like different kind of magic systems that I'm not remembering off the top of my head. And one is where it's like figured out and you have rules essentially, and those rules are explained and you abide by like the rules. And the other one is like intentionally leaving things vague so that you can like play with that and have kind of the freedom to mess around without making things seem unrealistic for the world that you've set up. Anyway, I don't know a lot about it because I'm not like really into fantasy anymore.
I was definitely expecting you to get thrown more by the plot, and that didn't happen.
Yeah,
it was the opposite.
Sometimes emotions are fickle things that can't be explained.
All right, number 7.
Skate the Infinity for me.
Hell yeah.
Again, I know I said this last year, and I stand by it because we have not had any new Skate the Infinity like official content. I mean, we had some like releases of official art, but we haven't had new animated content. But Skate has the ability to like rocket up to the top of my list depending on how they handle future content.
Yeah.
Like it's in like a limbo right now where I'm like, this could be really great, or this could be like just the way it is, like an average, and it's kind of existing in this Schrodinger's like, will it or won't
will it actually be queer baiting, or
are they actually gonna kiss? Are they actually gonna fall in love, or what is happening?
Who knows? Will they just skate into the infinity?
Right. I feel Skate and Bungo Stray Dogs are like pretty comparable right now. I just probably have more fully formed thoughts and feelings about Skate. And it's just like kind of a little bit more feel good, and I tend to just gravitate towards feel good things more often. So yeah, Skate, I don't really have any great or changed thoughts about it. It just still is existing and being good and being something I gain enjoyment out of.
Nice.
What about you? What's your number? Is it 7?
Yeah, 7.
What's your
all
number?
Right, my number 7 is Yuri on Ice.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So this is one that was below Full Metal on my previous list. And again, I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I just love Yuri on Ice. It's really good. I would like to rewatch it again at some point, but we have a lot of shows that we need to watch, and it's hard to like pick a show to rewatch when there's so many other like new shows that
Right.
we want to watch for the first time.
Right, especially when we keep playing Genshin Impact.
Especially when we only watch one episode a night because we're playing video games every other second of the day.
So, in a couple weeks, I'm about to start a new job where I'm going to be on literally pretty much the exact same schedule as you.
Yeah, for the first time ever in our entire relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is very exciting.
Very exciting.
But I was thinking
Maybe we'll
in the
get
back
sick
of
of
my
each other.
head, whoa, what if this is actually the downfall of our relationship?
Oh, no.
We just start fighting all the time, and we're like, I can't fucking stand you, and then we break up, and then none of our friends believe in love anymore.
Wow. Well, this better work out.
But anyway, we're gonna be on the same schedule. We're gonna have the same days off, and also like the actual times that we're going to be going into work are very, very similar. So I was thinking in my head, I'm like, oh my god, we could be having breakfast together. We could have a little morning episode, and we could have a little night episode, and we could get in our 2 episodes a day, but they don't both have to be at night, where we're kind of like, you know, trying to balance anime and Genshin, but also balance like taking a shower and cooking and, you know, doing all this stuff.
And all the, I mean, we eat while we watch, but yeah.
Right. But yeah. Getting all the stuff we need to get done as humans.
Yeah. Gross.
While
Awful.
also making way for leisurely activities like watching anime.
Playing Genshin
And
Impact.
But anyway.
But yeah, number 7, Yuri on Ice. I don't have any greater new thoughts on that one.
Yeah, it just
is. It's really
keeps on being
solid.
good.
It makes me happy. It's pretty short and easy to watch. So
all right, number 6 for me. This one I know has fallen significantly. Cute High, Earth Defense Club Love.
was it in your top 3?
Or
close?
No, it was not in my top 3. I think it was number 4.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Cute
I mean,
High.
I guess it would only drop. That's 3 places, but yeah, Cute High, Earth Defense Club Love. I think it just is hard. I anticipate as the amount of anime we watch grows and grows, that will continue just being pushed down.
Yeah.
Just because it isn't a substantive show, and I tend towards the lighthearted, but which is why it's up so high, being what it is in the first place. For those of you that don't know, it's kind of it's a magical boy show that kind of pokes fun at the magical girl genre, but not in like a mean way.
No, it's very fun.
Yes. And I really like the characters in it. The story is pretty basic, but still fun. I like the villains, and you know what? It doesn't queerbait.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, honestly.
it's pretty honest acknowledgement of the feelings between the two, you know, no spoilers.
Yeah, kind of main plot wise characters from the first season. Yeah.
Right, from season 1. So for all of those reasons, that's why it's so high. But you know, shows that do really hit on an emotional level, like it's hard for it to stand up to get to that, because while it is so much fun and I just had a lot of fun watching it, it doesn't like, it's not soul wrenching or deep hitting, or like it doesn't make you think. It doesn't it doesn't do any of that.
Yeah.
So
and season 3 sucks.
And season 3 sucks, which the saving grace about it is that you can just not watch season 3 and you're totally fine. It's not
new characters,
right. It's
like,
not like you need season 3 to wrap up the story, and it's like such a disappointment wrap up. Like honestly, if I were to rewatch the show, I just literally would not watch that season at all. Yeah, the first 2 are fine.
First 2 seasons and the OVA, and you're done. Which, side note, I always say OVA, but I hear some people say OVA.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be OVA. I started saying OVA because it's like the same way I said Hawk for the Health and Wellness Center. Like no one actually said it, but it's like,
yeah, I've always said OVA. I don't know.
I say it, but I do think you're supposed to say OVA.
Well, I'm team OVA.
It just sounds like you're it sounds like you're advocating for egg laying.
Ovaries.
I was thinking oviposition, but
yeah, you would think that. A little weirdo.
Just a little weirdo. Anyway, Q High Earth Defense Club Love.
All right.
Number 6.
Mm-hmm.
My list isn't numbered. It just goes.
You did this last time too.
I know.
And you were losing count, and I had to
So I have to go. Like, I have to start at Fruits Rest and be like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
You're a disaster. But you're cute.
Thank you.
All right. My number 6 is new to the list, and it is.
Is this your first new addition to the list?
Yes. Do you want to guess?
Food Wars.
No.
Damn. What new have we watched? Bungo?
Mm-mm.
No, I didn't think that would be that high. Oh, Sasuke Mina?
Mm-mm.
Damn it.
I thought you were just gonna guess once, and then I was gonna go on.
Oh.
But
Now I'm trying to.
you're like invested.
Gaku and Babysitters?
No. Oh, I didn't even think about that one now. I made this list really quickly. No,
I don't really think that
I
it
still
would have.
don't think it would have.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm so like thrown by what it's a new anime that we watched together.
Mm-hmm.
We can't communicate?
Mm-mm.
Am I like missing
You're thinking
something?
too new. It's one of the first ones we started watching after we started this podcast.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Mm-mm.
No. Also, that was
Also,
definitely,
we had definitely
yeah,
watched
we
it
had watched
before.
that. It was in my top 10 last year.
Mhm.
I don't know, dude. Sorry, I'm going down my list of anime. And one of the new ones that we watched that we both collectively hated was Sweet Blue Flowers. And I just imagined you putting that in your top.
So
I don't know.
boring.
I feel like I've left something off of my list because I can't think. What is it?
It's Demon Slayer.
Oh, was that really not on our list last year?
Yeah, because our episode 0 was reviewing the movie
right.
because we hadn't watched
and we
the
hadn't
show.
watched it.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, Demon Slayer for you.
Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I really like the characters.
Right.
I think the arcs are really solidly written.
Mm-hmm.
The action is good. I like the development of the characters, and I really like the animation. The animation style is so fun.
It's beautiful.
I've seen some people rag on it. They're like, "Ugh, it's like weird," but I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
seen
Demon
some
Slayer
people
has one
complain
of the
about-
strongest anime. When you look at the purely like artistic animation side of it, it's one of the strongest animes, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the characters so much. I'm really excited for the new season.
Mm-hmm.
And to learn more about, looks like we're going to focus on some different Hashira.
R.I.P. Rengoku.
Okay.
Don't cry. You looked for a second like you were gonna start crying, and I was like, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
So, I guess like again, spoiler warning for like this entire episode for all the shows we talk about. But so like I mentioned, our episode 0, which is exclusive to YouTube, we reviewed the Demon Slayer Mugen Train movie, but we had not seen anything about Demon Slayer since. And so while we were watching the movie, I was like, wow, this Rengoku guy is awesome. He's going to be my favorite character. And if you've seen the movie, you know that he dies at the end of it. And I, like, watching that, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was like, really sad, and I was like, of course, like the guy that I pick out as my favorite is like gonna be the one that dies, and I was like, nobody dies in an anime movie, what are you talking about? This can't happen. Turns out it's a canon part of the arc. Who knew? Not us, because we went into this movie knowing almost nothing.
Yeah,
like I was really like touched and like almost kind of teary about his death, like watching the movie. And then we watched the show, and we like watched up and got through the movie part of it too. And watching the show, like after the movie, I was like, okay, he can't be my favorite character because he dies, so Tanjiro's gonna be my favorite character. But then I was watching, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Rengoku's my favorite character. I love him so much. And then you know what happened when we watched the movie? I cried like a fucking baby.
when we watched the movie.
When we watched it again,
time.
when we watched it like actually through the story start to finish. I bawled my eyes out on our sofa, and for like a long time I couldn't stop crying. And I knew what was coming. Maybe that made it worse. Maybe that like watching
it's all the
it,
anticipation.
yeah, maybe that made it worse. I like messaged a Discord friend and was like, I'm crying my eyes out over Rengoku right now, and they were like, I get it, man. But yeah, that is the trauma aside. I really like it. Really like the characters. I'm just repeating myself at this point, but it's a really solid show. I really enjoy it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I guess we won't stay on my number 5 too long, because my number 5 is Demon Slayer.
Oh, hey. Hello.
Yeah, same reasons. Solid characters, beautiful animation, really good, solid storyline. It's like Full Metal Alchemist, but with better characters. For me, personally, not objectively better characters, but like for me, my connection to the characters is better. But I don't know. I see them as similar, just in terms of the complete quality of the story and the entire product.
Yeah, and also just kind of like thematically, like you've got a pair of siblings, something traumatic happened to them. They're like on a mission to take down power structures that are bad.
Sure. Yeah.
We meet a variety cast of characters that help them out along the way.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you're very vaguely describing a lot of stories. We meet a cast of characters. Yeah, that's the story.
They join an organization. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he joins the Demon Slayer Corps.
Yeah.
They join
the Dogs of the Military, the like alchemists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Touche.
Thank you.
But yeah, Demon Slayer number 5.
Demon
What
Slayer
is your number 5?
My number 5 is Skate the Infinity.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so this was another one that was below Full Metal on the previous list. So that moved up. I just love it. I mean, we talked about it already.
Right.
But for me, like, it serves a lot of found family, which is one of my absolute favorite tropes in media. I fucking love found family. One of the things that we were talking about is like fandom interaction and how that can kind of like still fuel. So even though we don't have like new content, I have found some content creators that pretty consistently make skate art and comics and like stuff like that, and so that has helped me to still feel engaged and like connected to the characters and like care about the story and everything. And I just if I could do something to encourage or secure a season 2, I would. But I know that the anime industry does not care about America at all.
Yeah.
And I completely understand why. You want domestic sales. That's totally great. But like, I want it.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised that we haven't even gotten at least a confirmation, because I feel, and again, our view on everything is very Western centric, but I feel like it's so popular. Like there just is an obvious market for it, and I want to like shake them and be like, "Where the fuck are you making it?"
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
Grab like a palm tree.
How I feel about like Haikyuu season 5, and we don't have one of those yet. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. We're thriving here.
All right, we're
number 4.
Number 4. All right, we're climbing our way through the 10.
We're climbing our way through number 4, the last new addition to my list. It is Sasaki and Miyano.
Oh, hey. All right.
Cute, wholesome, adorable, gay. What more could you want?
What more could you want?
We've watched it through twice now, because we watched it in the sub and in the dub. It was great both ways.
Yeah, we finished the sub and then immediately started on the dub.
Yep. We were watching it while it was coming out, while it was being released, and that was fun. I like, as much as it is fun to be able to watch things on your own time, it is also fun to watch things as they're being released and kind of have that community feel. It's not really as strong anymore. I just see things through TikTok. Like, I feel like Tumblr was when it was really, like, I just remember being in the Supernatural fandom on Tumblr when it was, like, at its height. And when it was being released, and it was, like, the new episode drops, and everyone's talking about it.
They're all making
like,
gift sets.
Right. Gift sets. There's meta posts being, explaining theories, or why this is good, or why this is bad.
Scenes.
Right. And, as much as, like, Netflix dropping a whole season of a show and then you can kind of make your way through it or binge it or whatever has a certain amount of flexibility that's nice. I do kind of miss that as a community feel of like everyone watches this one episode together and then like talks about it and then watches the next episode and talks about it. And so like I said, it wasn't that strong with Sasaki and Miyano, but I got a little bit of that through TikTok, like just people making it be like, oh my god, the new episode, or like look at these cute scenes, or like whatever. And so that was fun.
Yeah. And streaming services are actually kind of moving back toward regular releases, and it is like definitely a marketing thing because like when I think Netflix was the first to start dropping whole seasons at once.
I think so as well.
Yeah, and it was like a big thing. It was like, oh my god, you can watch the entire thing. Like, I'm gonna spend all day, and everybody's like, ooh, it's time to binge. Like, call out of work, etc. But like once everybody watches the whole show, there's nothing more to talk about. And so by stretching it out with like regular like weekly releases, then you can stretch out the buzz and and everything like that.
And also you can require people to be subscribed for longer. Like if someone's only like paying for your service for a certain show, if you drop it all at once, they can pay for a service, or sometimes even just sign up for a free trial and watch it all and then cancel. But if you're releasing it weekly, like they're in it for the 2, 3, 4 months. But I just think it's like, I don't know, as someone who really likes to engage with fandom online about things that I like, it is nice to not, because if you're truly, I don't super care about spoilers, but like if I can avoid them, it's nice. And you know, when something drops all at once, like a whole season of something all at once, inevitably there are going to be people who consume the bulk of that like immediately. And that's just not how I can live my life right now. Or not even how I really want to live my life. Like I don't, for the most part, with some exceptions, I don't really like binging things, like a large chunk of things in one go. And it just means that you're kind of blocked from interacting with fandom because it's filled with spoilers, essentially. And so the forced pacing of it almost like allows me to like have this one aspect of media, which is the fandom, that I really like, and allows me to engage with it without feeling like, oh, I have to like finish this, which can take me weeks sometimes, without feeling like I've missed out on like the hype of the fandom, like missing out on the top days. It's not like everything's stale by the time I get into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And about Tumblr, I think it was also easier to avoid spoilers on Tumblr because of the tagging system.
Right. On TikTok, they just pop up.
Yeah, on TikTok, they just pop up. On Twitter, like, you can mute stuff, but it's pretty fickle and not everybody tags as consistently as, like, people used to on Tumblr and stuff. Yeah, it's just, like, it's just harder. Like, like, I feel like whenever there's, like, a leak of something or, like, a new My Hero chapter gets posted and, like, something big happens, I feel like everybody is, like, kind of careful about spoilers for, like, a week. And then it's just like, oh, this is just known now. Like everybody just knows about it now. Or like the Haikyuu one shot, like people were like, oh, like being kind of like careful about like spoilers for the one shot.
Right. Or side note, even like just time skip stuff in general, it's kind of funny because if you're anime only and you're trying to stay away from spoilers, obviously you don't know anything about the time skip. And actually for like a good chunk of time, people were like really good about skipping like posting time skip spoilers or like giving warnings. And now it's like people don't even care. But I'm like, if you're anime only, nothing has changed. Like you are still not, or like trying not to know about what happens in the time skip. But like people are like, fuck it, it's been months now, we don't have to tag. But I'm like, nothing has changed. Like the anime hasn't caught up. Like they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's still technically spoilers.
I honestly will give like some props to the My Hero fandom though, because they are significantly ahead, or it feels like they're significantly ahead of the anime. And some like, just from what I gather, not trying to gather information, just acquiescing it from the internet. That's not really what I wanted to say, but anyway, it seems like some gnarly shit has gone down, but I really don't have an idea of what it is.
Yeah, there's like a war. That's like all I know.
There's a war. I have like some ideas of some things, but also I can't really tell what's canon and what's people's like ideas or theories or like fan, like it's just like, which is good. I want to keep it that way. I feel like that has been going on for a long time, and I'm still like relatively in the dark as an anime only for My Hero, but I don't know, especially with Haikyuu, with the pervasiveness of Sakuatsu in the fandom. Like I just feel like if you are anime only for Haikyuu, like there is no way for you to interact. Like I feel in My Hero, I can still interact with the fandom being anime only. In Haikyuu, I feel like if I were not willing to open myself up to manga content and time skip content, interacting with the Haikyuu fandom is like a big what?
And that's kind of like, I really wanted to stay spoiler free for a long time. And then like, I just kind of had to be like, whatever. Like if I want to interact with this online, like I'm just gonna have to accept that like I'm gonna know some stuff now, and I know pretty much everything now that happens. Every now and then there will be a detail that'll surprise me and I'm like, oh well, okay then. And part of me just wants to like read the manga now, just have all of it, because I don't know, Just wanna know it, and I love it. Haikyuu is very difficult to avoid spoilers, at least in my experience with the fandom online.
And if you're truly anime only for Haikyuu, like, legit, what the fuck is Saku? And this is coming from someone who very much enjoys the ship, but what are they doing so high in the AO3 ship rankings? If you're anime only, you're probably like, who? Like, what?
Yeah. You're like Atsumu and this guy that we saw for like
2 seconds who interrogated Kageyama about Ushijima.
Yeah, and then the team played Fukurodani, like,
right, which we didn't even see.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, what, number 7 ship now? Number
6? I don't remember.
Really? Ay.
They topped Sugiyama though, right? That was the next hurdle that they overcame.
Well, we can just look that up right now. Yeah, they surpassed Tsukiyama. They are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are number 6 and are 400 fix, a little bit less than 400 fix away from passing Daisuga.
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot. Considering they're 400 fix above Tsukiyama now.
Yeah. Damn. Where will they stop? Where will Sakuatsu end?
I don't know.
Where will they land?
Do you think they're ever going to become the number 1 ship? You think they could pass Iwaoi?
No. If Kagehina can't pass Iwaoi, I don't think Sakuatsu can.
Why is Kagehina? Do you think they're going to pass Kagehina?
No. I don't think so.
Do you think it's going to pass Kuroken?
I don't know. I don't have. You're looking at the numbers.
So Sakuatsu is at 9,124, and Daisuga is at 9,506. Kuroken is 9,647, and then we have a pretty big jump between Kuroken up to number 3, which is Bokuaka. Sorry, took me a second to get the ship name there, which is 14,784. And then Kagehina is 16,749 and Iwaoi is 18,268.
Yeah. If they pass Daisuga, I think they could pretty quickly pass Kuroken.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would struggle to break into the top 3. I think it would take some real effort. But Sakuatsu fans work real hard.
Yeah.
I think consistently Sakuatsu fanfic is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree.
They're not my favorite ship. They're not even my top 3 favorite ship. But I have, of my like Haikyuu bookmarks that I have, they're the most that I have bookmarked.
Right. Like a bunch of my, same.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, same. I don't use bookmarks, but like, just same in terms of like a lot of my favorite fics are Sakuatsu fics, not necessarily because that ship is my favorite, but just because
like the
there's
quality.
really good quality Sakuatsu fan fiction. Like, I don't think I could ever get sick of Burden of Blame. I would just like bury me with it, please.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
well, we got off topic.
What is your number 4?
My number 4 is Ouran High School Host Club.
Classic.
Yeah. So this was number 3 last year for me, so that got bumped down.
So a new contender has entered your top 3.
Mm-hmm. But
my. Shut up. No way.
No
way.
Can I talk about?
Yes, I'm sorry.
We'll get to the top 3 in a minute, girl.
I think we might have the same number 3.
Shook.
Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. Ouran High School Host Club.
Ouran High School Host Club.
The backbone of our podcast.
Is it?
Well, I don't know. We're the bisexual supporting cast.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we have to give props to them.
So yeah, Ouran is it's a really nostalgic anime for me. I've watched it several times. I've watched it in both dub and sub. I really like the characters. I think the animation is still fun. It's like really old at this point. But I just really love it. And it's a feel-good anime for me. And I've seen some discourse online about it. People are like, Ouran High School Host Club, like, it's not as good as what everyone says. And, like, or people being like, oh, it's like really good that they don't have a season 2 because it would just go downhill or whatever. And I just kind of stay away from it. I'm like, I don't know what's happening here, but I love it and I'm gonna continue loving it.
That's fair. Sometimes you just gotta not engage.
Yeah. So yeah, Oron, number 4.
Wow. Mm-hmm. No, I need number 3. And
or higher. It's not
true. I don't think so. I feel like it's new. I feel like it's new because I feel like my number 3, I was expecting to be on your list, and it's not. So now I'm wondering if it's number 3, or maybe not. Maybe I overestimated your enjoyment of this anime. My number 3 is and continues to be Food Wars.
Mm-hmm. That's not my number 3.
Oh my god, Food Wars didn't make it on your top 10?
No.
What? How could you say that in front of the cousins? Stop.
No, I didn't put it on my top 10.
Oh my god. But it's so good. And you like it. Sorry,
I do really like it.
Really
yeah, you did get really loud. But to be fair, I feel like I got really loud when you put Fruits Basket on your top 10. So we're having moments, but mine was a joyous and yours is an anger.
I'm not angry. I'm incredulous. I love Food Wars. Now I sound angry. I love Food Wars.
How dare you not love it too?
I really like it a lot. I did at one point mention to one of my bosses that I liked Food Wars. And I was like, but I don't know if I would necessarily like recommend it because like it's kind of sexy. Yeah. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, I regret starting this conversation. Well, they were asking me what my favorite animes were, and obviously I was like, oh, I really like, Haikyuu and like My Hero, and we were probably in the middle of watching Food Wars at that time too, and I was like, Food Wars, but
maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I just like it, like feminist, boobs. I love it.
And boobs.
Yeah. I mean, we had a whole talk
we
previously
did have a whole
on this podcast, so I don't want to get too much into it again. But legitimately, like, I still think about, like, just how I, like, truly, truly feel that Food Wars has some of the strongest written female characters in an anime that is marketed towards men.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though it isn't ecchi.
They are
objectified.
And they are objectified. But
they're really solidly.
They are fully actualized people with personalities and goals that are focused on and talked about. And, sometimes we get to see men booty as well. Yeah. So
pretty often.
Pretty often.
The men also get objectified.
Yeah.
Not as much.
But it's still there. Call me
equal
Ishiki.
Objectification.
Equal objectification is our goal. What do we want? Equal objectification. When do we want it? Now.
Your straw is really long.
I know. Well, it didn't look wrong. It didn't look long in the mason jar, but then you made me change it, so.
Anyway, Food Wars, I really liked it, but it took me a while to like it, and a lot of it still made me uncomfortable. Like, I was like, this is unnecessary. And, like, I couldn't get past it sometimes. But, yeah, and there's, like, yeah, it did take me a while to get into it. And I don't really like the last season.
Yeah, I mean, the last season.
Yeah.
But, again, similar to Cute High Earth Defense Club Love, the last season is totally skippable for me.
Yeah, you could.
Like, it wraps up, like, a time skip really well. It gives you a little flash of them in their next year being all in the Team 10. Not Team 10. What is it called?
I don't remember.
Top 10?
I mean, yeah, they are the top 10, but they have like a title.
It's not Team 10 though. That's Jake Paul. Elite 10.
Totsuki? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, the Totsuki Elite 10.
Anyway, yeah, last season is like completely skippable. Like, before that season, it wraps up pretty nicely.
Yeah.
If I were to rewatch it, which would be kind of a commitment, I would still probably watch the very first part of the last season where they go to the beach and are doing that, like, cooking really thing at the beach.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that they're still really keeping with the spirit of the show, and then the blue cooking competition just completely is just awful.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
No, it made the show such a drag to watch.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I like it. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
I was kind of expecting it to be like number 10 or something like that. No. But I guess not. Wow.
Toradora holds strong. Do you want to guess what my number 3 is?
No, I have no clue. Oh, I bet it's Sasuke and Mino.
It is Sasuke and Mino.
I was like, there's no way you don't have that on there. And I was pretty sure your top 2 aren't changing.
No, I'm kidding. They haven't changed. Yeah, Sasuke and Mino. We just really fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Right from the get-go, just like Sasuke did for Mino. And I just think it's so heartfelt and wholesome, and I thought about it constantly. I was always looking forward to Sunday. It gave me like 5 heart attacks an episode at least. But it was just really good, and I just liked the communication. And I liked the slow burn of it. Felt good and not too dragged out. Yeah. Even though Mino was really stupid when he was like, "Oh, I can't ask him out before Christmas because that means we're gonna break up."
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
it didn't
buddy.
feel, the slowness of it didn't feel convoluted.
Yeah.
It was like felt appropriate.
Yeah, it was like a little frustrating, like personally, because you're like, I just want to see them get together already. Like, you obviously love each other, but like they had stuff to work through. Like, whatever. I think it avoided BL tropes and traps that shows tend to fall into. Yeah, the characters were just really genuine. I also enjoyed the side cast. They were all really fun, and both dub and sub were great.
And there's more in production already.
Yeah,
for it. So
that's
you know more than Skate the Infinity can say.
Yeah, Sasuke and Mino.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we like started watching that. It was good. Cool. Well, spoiler alert, my top 2 haven't changed either.
My top 2 also haven't changed.
My number 2 still is Yuri on Ice.
And my number 2 is still Fruits Basket 2019.
Yeah. You know, I was wondering if I was what is it? Oh no, I've blanked on the name. Before we started, I was going to ask if this was still on the list, but obviously it's not. But I was thinking of, and now I've forgotten. This is stupid. I'm probably going to cut this. The egg one though.
Shugakara. I knew what you were talking about. Yeah. And I mean, like I said last year, Shugakara probably shouldn't have been on my top 10 last year, but I was holding on to it too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fell off.
You're not like other girls anime. Yeah. My number 2 is Yuri on Ice. What did you say?
Fruits Basket 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
Fruits Basket. Yeah. Both still solid. Our opinions on it are probably unchanging.
Yeah. I just love Fruits Basket.
Yeah,
so
and
much.
I just love Yuri on. Honestly, like a big part of Yuri on Ice, a great part of my enjoyment comes from the very end of it, where you find out that they had interacted at the party while drunk, because it literally changes your whole perspective on
the
Victor's motivations and actions and everything. Yeah. And it's such a good plot. I guess it's a plot twist.
Yeah.
And it just makes it like, because it's such a good story in and of itself, and then just having that like twist at the end to reframe the entire thing is so good, because it's like from the beginning when like Victor tries to say hi to him or whatever, and I think they're in the airport, and he like is like, oh, it's Victor, like I can't, like whatever, and just thinking like, oh my god, you know, this is after they had, you know, whatever connection they had the night before, and Victor just like from his perspective probably just got snubbed by this guy that he liked, that he was talking to, and like Yuri had no idea, and then Victor sees this video, and it's not some random guy who was at like a competition doing it, it's like this guy that he had a connection with, which he thought probably didn't like him anymore, but he does, and I'm like, oh, it just fills me, like that one small change fills me with so much like, oh my gosh, feelings, and yeah, it's gonna take a lot for something to freaking top it.
Wow.
I love that show.
Yeah,
it makes me feel so many emotions.
Yeah, I will be very surprised if something ever pushes Fruits Basket down my list.
Sasuke Mino season 2.
I just love Fruits Basket so much. I have so much nostalgia from the original show, and I'm really glad that you watched it with me.
And even if it changes next year, because it's at a very precarious point on my list, you will have satisfaction knowing that at one point it was in my top 10 anyway.
Fuck yeah.
And that'd be Dub Bleach.
Yeah.
Which means our number 1 is the same from last year,
to be,
and also is the same as each other's, which is
Haikyuu. Surprise, surprise. Maybe
Surprise.
not.
It's not like
we already talked about it today.
I was like, we already derailed part of this podcast episode talking about the fucking time skip and Sakuatsu, so it's probably not that big of a surprise. But Haikyuu's our favorite animes. What can I say? It's like, it's the only anime that is like the fucking complete package.
Yeah.
Nothing about it I hate.
Yeah, honestly. I don't have any complaints.
I know. I like the characters. I like the story. It's solid. Mm-hmm. It is always engaging for me. There's no terrible last season yet. And I like the fandom. I have a lot of fun with it. It's been going strong now for a couple of years in our lives.
Yeah. So. Anticlimactic end, I feel.
Yeah, anticlimactic end, but will probably continue to be our end from, a significant amount.
Haikyuu. And hopefully, in the future, we'll have new content to reinforce that it belongs.
Oh my gosh.
At the top.
Yeah. Once season 5 gets animated.
Ooh.
Once season 6.
We're gonna lose our minds.
Season 7.
How many seasons are there gonna be?
Never ends.
Never ends.
I don't know. People are always like, oh, when the time skip gets animated, but I'm not confident that the time skip is getting animated.
Yeah.
We're all obviously pretty sure that, even though there has been no announcement about it, that there will be a season 5 and they're gonna at least finish out like nationals. But I feel like the time skip is something very reasonable to not get animated. As much as I would like to see it, I'm not confident in it.
Yeah.
Whereas I am confident that we're going to be getting another season eventually.
Well, there was a pretty big break between seasons 3 and 4, right? Is that right?
Yeah, like 6 years or something like that.
Yeah, so who knows?
But
we might be in for another significant break. Not that we were around for that,
but like,
or maybe we were around as in like on this planet. We weren't around the fandom. We weren't interacting yet. I don't know. That was weird. You can cut that.
Yeah, but man, could you imagine we're like in our 40s just waiting for Haikyuu to come out?
I mean, when is the time skip gonna be animated?
Are we gonna sound like that in our 40s? I'm only 40 years old and I've lost all my teeth already.
Well, at the rate in which I drink soda sometimes, I wonder if that's not in my future.
Yeah.
You were supposed to agree with me.
Oh, no, of course not. That won't happen. You brush your teeth. You're good. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
It would have been funnier if you were drinking soda right now.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm drinking some iced tea. Yeah. No, I haven't really been drinking soda at home.
Yeah, we haven't been buying it.
And I think that's probably because, not for much longer, because like I said, I'm switching jobs soon. But at my current workplace, I get unlimited soda for free, baby. So, as one might imagine, I consume a lot of soda.
Yikes.
Well, like, what am I supposed to drink? Water?
Yeah. That's what most reasonable people drink.
Water when Diet Pepsi and Diet Dr. Pepper are free for my own consumption. Actually, you're going to hate this. Right now we have a special going that's like a rose lemonade. And normally specials aren't something that we get for free. But long story short, because of the way things are, it's 50 cents a cup for us in our department. And man, have I been pounding back rose lemonades.
Like
They're
rose
so
infused, like flower infused?
Yeah, I mean, it's a flavor. It's like a syrup.
Yeah.
Like the same like a strawberry syrup, but it's rose. Oh, it's so good. I
am suspicious of flower flavored things.
I've wanted to go out and buy a rose syrup to like make my own here because I'm like, would be really easy. But we weren't able to source the rose from like the place that we are through our normal distributors. So my supervisor like went out to the local like cash and carries and like all the places and bought up like all of the rose. She was like, I went to like every single store that carried it, that said like that I could find that carried it, and bought all of their stock.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, so I can't go out and buy my own bottle right now. I have to wait till everyone gets their stock back in.
Oh my goodness. Not messing around.
I know. And I guess it was like really expensive. It's like over twice the cost of our normal syrups. Anyway, those are our top 10s.
Yeah.
Any final closing thoughts?
No.
Anything surprise you or not surprise you? Take you off guard? Not take you off guard?
I was kind of expecting my list to change more.
But see, I feel like, and I don't know, but I feel like my list changed quite a bit.
Yeah, mine I got 2 new additions, and then I moved 2 shows above another one. And so that was
what got kicked off your list? those two notes.
Shugokara and number 6.
Oh, I say like I've seen number 6. I don't know.
I love number 6.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like something I would like. Which, to be
No,
fair,
I don't think you would
to
like.
be
I don't
fair,
think you
is
would.
what I said about Fruits Basket.
Yeah, but Fruits Basket I was pretty confident you would like.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 is angsty, has a bittersweet ending.
Ooh, no, I can't do the bittersweet endings. The thing that saved I mean, it's not the thing that saved Fruits Basket, but if Fruits Basket had like a bittersweet ending,
it would have gone in the trash for you.
ew. That's what I'm getting really pissed off at Twitter right now, because it keeps... So, first off, I've always been a little peeved at its recommendation feature for My Hero content, because I very much make it a point to only like... Listen. We all know that I'm a multi-shipper at heart. I'm multi-ship to the death of me. But it is... Like, Bakudeku is such a big and popular ship. And it is not my preferred ship. Like, it's fine. There's some cute content. Like, I've read Bakudeku that I like before. But there's such an overwhelming amount of it that it's like, if I interact with Bakudeku, it's all I ever see from My Hero. And so I've really honestly made it a point to not really interact with much Bakudeku. And I made it a point to interact with every single fucking Kiribaku thing that I can find. Even if I don't like it that much, I still like it because I'm like, God damn it, Twitter, figure it the out that I like Kiribaku and show me more of that content. And I think part of it is just there is differing amounts of it, and it just can show me more Bakudeku. But I've been receiving so much Bakudeku angst, a lot of times untagged, on my timeline, and it's not even like angst with a happy ending or like a possible happy ending. It's like cheating or assault or all of these like serious topics, and I'm like, stop fucking showing me this. I don't want it, and I don't know how to stop it from showing up on my timeline. And so I'm not like, bittersweet things that are like overly angsty or overly involved like that, it just doesn't, it's not the type of media I want to consume at all. And so yeah, I don't want to, anything, what if I hear that it has a bittersweet ending, I'm like,
I personally
I'm out.
recommend number 6. It's really good. It's set in like a futuristic kind of post-apocalyptic world. It's legitimately gay. The creator took, I read somewhere that the creator took some inspiration from Banana Fish. So make of that what you will. But I sincerely enjoyed it. It's been a long time since I watched it though, so that's another one that I want to rewatch. But I will probably do that on
without
my own.
me.
Yeah, since you wouldn't want to watch it with me.
A lot got kicked off my list from last year. Like Jujutsu Kaisen,
I remember
High
that.
School Host
Was
Club.
Black Butler on your list?
No.
But
Given was on my list.
Given.
It's not on there anymore. I'm trying to remember Full Metal Alchemist. No, I hadn't seen it at that point.
No.
That's right. So no, it wasn't. Maybe it's just those 3. And maybe Toradora. I think Toradora was on my list. I think Given, Toradora, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Ouran High School Host Club. I think those 4 got nixed off of my list.
Wow.
So, yeah. R.I.P.
Wow.
And R.I.P. Bleach.
R.I.P.
That's
Bleach.
right. That's right. Also Bleach.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's 5.
Dang, girl.
Dang.
All those new shows.
Oh my god.
The bright and shiny
Bleach
things.
not being on my top 10 really hurt. That was the one that hurt me the most. I was like, gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to be wrapping up this podcast. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I promise. Listen to us wherever you're listening to podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and on TikTok at AcidWashPod. We don't have anything posted right now, but hopefully by the time you're listening to this, we do.
And we have been saying that for a year.
not a year, because at the very beginning I didn't have a Twitter or a TikTok. So
Okay.
it's probably been like 8 months of me saying that.
Okay.
And I think Twitter came before TikTok. Anyway, doesn't matter. At AcidWashPod on Twitter and TikTok. Follow us there.
Someday we'll have stuff.
By the time you're listening to this, we will have something posted
Oh my goodness.
on each of those. And as always,
Stop. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Just say, as always, have a great day. Enjoy watching anime. Like, don't say the normal thing.
And as always, start your Wordle with anime.